Hi guys, how are you doing? Welcome back to the GenZ for Gen 7 podcast. I'm your special host, Jerry Berry, and I'm with Philippa. And in the house, we have a very, very, very special guest here. Yeah, you're very, very welcome, Honorable Phiona Nyamutoro. How are you doing?
Thank you. You know, when you were introducing, there's
Yeah.
that part where you're supposed to pause, then there's a drum
I'm
roll.
doing- Yeah, I know.
Then everybody stands up.
Everybody stands up and the
Respect
guys
protocol.
are like, yeah. Anyway, you're very, very welcome. How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling great. Thank you. It's a
Yeah.
beautiful Sunday morning,
Yeah.
and it's a pleasure to sit down with you guys.
Yeah, all right. Now, we have just, a few questions, mostly about the qualitative leap forward. Of course, you know what that is. And, we just need the Gen Zs to understand, yeah, mostly how everything is and what the campaign is all about. You get in our own language. Kati, you're not a Gen Z, but you're not very far from that. The Gen Z is us. So yeah, I believe you can really explain it very well. Yeah. So go forward and ask the very first question.
Honorable Minister, thank you for having us. The first question I want to ask you is it's about peace. So some of us feel peace is not just about war, about like the UPDF or not being in an unstable state. For example, as Gen Zs, most of us have not seen actual war. So to us, peace is sometimes it's about mental peace. Most of us, we think about peace mentally, things like mental health or financial stability, things like that. So what do you think peace means to Gen Zs?
Peace generally would be a conducive environment that would enable you achieve your dreams, that would enable any citizen be able to put 1, 2, 3 together and see that they can fend for themselves in life. But at the end of the day, what is important is that much as the absence of war does not necessarily sustain peace, it's important to have it at the back of your mind that both peace and war are relative.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Gen Zs today have not experienced actual war of bush gunmen and bombs here and there, but there are many wars that have been fought during your own generation that you have witnessed, and there is also lots of advocacies for peaceful situations to thrive in such situations. So I think when you view it from that perspective, it becomes much easier to comprehend. Yes.
So basically, what you're saying is that as long because as Gen Zs, yeah, we want one soft life, want to just be easy, go out, travel, do things, those things. Yeah. So you mean as long as you're being able to do all that, you should consider yourself in peace or at peace.
Well, you can't use that as a definition for Gen Zs. Wanting a soft life and wanting to chill, to enjoy, to be happy, to explore.
Yeah.
Probably every human being has had that at the back of their minds. Growing up, I feel like even our grandparents, they have stories to tell. Oh, do you know in the 90s how we used to party?
No, they used to party in the 90s.
Yeah.
Yes, do you
Even
know
the 60s.
In the 80s how we used to party? Yeah? You've had people celebrate notions like Tugende Muchikade.
Yeah,
so clearly that is not a
Gen
Z
it's not
definition.
A Gen Z thing.
Yes. What it is that we should personalize our circumstances of growth.
Yeah.
And then as young people, see it that our own generation has actually had a significant contribution that we can speak about.
Yeah.
Every single person that you know, that you admire, has a trail of their youth that they can speak about.
Talk
about General Museveni.
Yeah.
How old was he when he gathered 27 men to
people,
go to the
yeah,
bush.
he was young.
He was young.
Yeah.
People started calling him Muzee when he was like 30.
30, yeah.
Yeah.
And he's still Muzee today.
Today, yeah.
So,
Yeah, but anyway, I think the mosaic thing is just a form of respect. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just a form of respect.
Like
So
our
you
leader
could
or
actually-
something.
You could actually also earn that respect as a
As a Gen Z.
Yeah.
Actually, have you realized that these days, when a young man gets money, fuka mosaic,
Chairman,
like,
Mzee, boss.
yeah,
And the ladies, mama.
chairman,
Exactly,
mama,
madam.
I'm like, you should have seen the first time I had someone call me mama. I'm like,
when did this happen? Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I understand. So let's talk about development. Yeah. Is development only about the big highways, power plants, or can it also mean like, be in the sense of jobs, Wi-Fi, internet, and creative spaces? What do you think development is about?
development is holistic and it's more aligned to human life than it is to any other infrastructure facilitator that you would think about. All these others we speak about, good roads, we speak about these enhancers, are facilitators to bettering the quality of human life.
Yeah, human life.
So I think the most sensible definition I have heard of development is human development.
Okay,
And the one
that
person
sounds
I
good,
have
sounds good.
seen lead that definition is President Museveni.
Okay.
Because President Museveni will not put his first priority on seeing that you build that flat. No.
Yeah.
His first priority is on you.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, how is your quality of life going to be enhanced? Household income. We're talking about individual growth.
Yeah.
We want to talk about economic growth statistics that actually relates to the livelihoods of the people.
Yeah.
And you see that's where his focus has always been. Can we have people get out of poverty? Can we improve household income? Can we improve individual growth that can actually have us stand to say that we are developing? The rest come by automatically.
Amenities.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I understand. Proceed, Philippa.
Okay. Let's talk about minerals. When young people hear about oil and minerals, they think it's a rich people conversation. Like it's complicated, it has nothing to do with us. Like when people hear oil, they remove themselves. Yeah. So what we'd like to know is, what's your message to Gen Zs? How can Gen Zs benefit from the minerals of their own country?
To be honest, I used to always ask myself why people think anything to do with oil or our minerals is so complex. But when I got into the mineral sector, I then realized it is the processes that people have a problem with.
Yeah.
Because mineral development is a process.
Yeah.
Right from exploration, and before exploration, there's discovery.
Yeah.
Then exploration, then you go through the mining phase to exploitation to production.
Yeah.
It is very tedious and it is not an everyday venture that you can achieve in 1 year, in 6 months, which is mostly what the Gen Zs are comfortable with. Yeah. They don't have the patience. Yes. For example, the estimated lifetime of the development of an actual mine would be like 14 years.
14 years?
Yes.
Like a mine, like, for example, a mine of what?
Like from the start, a gold mine.
A gold mine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like from the time you go through all your exploration, you set up everything to actual production.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what you're saying is Gen Zs need a lot of patience if they want to benefit from that.
It does come with patience, but the patience is strengthened with a knowledge build-up of what this is going to lead to.
Yeah.
Because after the 14 years, the rewards are enormous.
Yeah.
The mineral sector is one of the most profitable businesses in the whole world.
Yeah.
But I mean, which Gen Z wants to wait 14 years?
Me, I'm
That's
ready
the
to wait
birth of
14
another
years.
14 years and it's
generation.
many. If I'm going to have a lifetime of wealth after that, it's
Yeah.
worth it.
That would be ideal if that's what each and every one of them thought.
Yeah.
Then it would make our work much easier for them to position themselves, equip themselves with the knowledge, and actually get into the sector.
Yeah.
Away from the rudimentary methods that the artisanal miners use
Yeah.
of trying to get quickly what they can
And
scrap off the surface and
Yeah.
sell off,
Yeah.
which is actually not as profitable as actual mining.
Actual mining, yes.
So that's where the complex notion comes from. Everyone, because when it comes to oil, every year they're like, no oil again. Every year that passes by, no oil again, no
yeah.
oil
Like
again.
a scam.
It sounds
Yes.
like a
Point,
scam,
that
yeah.
Then
sounds
you
like a
start
scam.
hearing pedestrian talk of people saying, Museveni and his politicians, they sold off
Of the
all
oil,
the
yes,
oil.
yes, yes.
There is nothing left.
Actually,
Politicians and ministers are getting rich from oil,
Yes, but
things
you
like
can
that.
imagine as we were entering into the festive season, I think about Christmas Eve or so, we just had the last pipeline coated
Yeah.
for the eco. And yes, we're like, yes,
Yeah.
now we are getting ready, production is nearing. And 2026, we are looking forward to our first oil.
Yeah. That's what I've heard. So, as we're looking forward to our first oil, me and any other Gen Z out there, yeah, how can they, get into this sector? How can they actually step in and, make some money? Yeah.
There are many opportunities. They are out there.
Yeah.
The information is public. It's entirely depends on how intentional you are
About
on
it.
finding information.
Yeah.
The oil or mineral sector is one that is so technical in terms of fronting. So it's very important that as a young person, as you search out for the right information, you also get to equip yourself with the relevant skills that are necessitated at that particular time.
Yeah, you have to be intentional, I guess.
Yes. Now that we are going into the production phase, you can imagine for the next 10 years, there's going to be lots and lots of opportunities that only young people can tap into. And the beauty about the oil sector or the mineral sector is that it is a young sector.
Yeah.
It's not a sector that you're going to find judges here and there. No, you're going to find professionals, geologists, mineral dressers, everybody's young.
Yeah.
So it's very easy for the Gen Zs to fit in. But that is where the gap is.
Okay.
You want to fit in to what you don't know.
Exactly. I know.
It's not going to accommodate you.
Yeah.
Yes. And it's not a gamble here. Mediocrity is not tolerated.
Yeah,
You either
exactly.
know or you don't
know.
know.
Yeah.
So I always encourage young people that take off time to learn.
Yeah.
Get the actual realities of what is happening, be fed with the right information, and we are good to go.
Yeah. So as you've heard what the Honorable has said, as you've heard what the Honorable has said, this is a sector that you can actually get involved in. However, it's not one for mediocrity and everything. There's public information out there that you can actually go read, and get involved in this sector. So, Bambi, all right.
As Gen Zs are entering the work sector, some of them are in government positions. So as a Gen Z, the way they're creative and everything, what gaps do you think can be filled by Gen Zs? Like, what areas need to be updated?
What I think that Gen Zs can bring most to the table is on how we can lessen bureaucracy. And I think that would help make many government programs much more effective and efficient.
Yeah.
As an individual, I am particularly very irritated by government bureaucracy because I don't understand why I have to wait for a long time for something that in my mind can be done
very,
in an hour or so, but then you get limited by the trench of bureaucracy. There is no single step that you can skip. Skipping it would not be the issue. It's not my intent, but how can we make that faster?
Yeah.
So I feel like that is an action point that actually that is the main calling of the Gen Zs to fix. How best can the Gen Zs with the best ideas, the best creative minds, come up with a creation that would help us make bureaucracy build up faster?
When you talk about bureaucracy, this can be brought. So many questions come into my mind, because bureaucracy comes with so many issues. Sometimes it's about some people not being serious in whatever positions they're in, or sometimes it's with the number of people. It's in that maybe the teams are smaller and they need to be enlarged. So do you think that if more younger generation people are employed into the government, this would actually help cut down the red tape, the bureaucracy?
It might not necessarily be about the more young people, because that's an eventual erosion that happens
comes over time. Yeah.
It is more about the speed
Yeah.
at which things are achieved. Yes. And it might be a technological intervention.
Yeah.
It might be in whatever sense it is, because anyway, we have seen the developed countries move faster than we do.
Yeah.
So I feel like that is a gap that we need to hinge here and there.
And,
Gen Z,
yeah.
other generations, and we take off.
Take off and move forward. Let me take you away from that and ask that, Gen Zs, as she said, they're very creative. We are into fashion, music, technology, yeah? But how is the government helping young people access real markets for these different things that we are engaged in, and not just ideas? Actually, how is the government actually helping, helping the young people find market for these different things?
I think when it comes to that, government is doing its role, because there are lots of policies and interventions that government does, and you might not necessarily comprehend it at that time, it is going to translate to many opportunities for young people or others, but when it is actually going to. For instance, if I gave you an example of how President Museveni has been pushing so hard for the East African Federation.
Yeah.
When DRC Congo joined, do you know how many young people had opportunities opened up in terms of that trade route?
In the trade route, yeah.
That is already direct
very
access
important,
to market. On top of that, there is the economies of scale that government always has to ensure are moving right in the country.
The country, yes.
There is the control of inflation and everything. But most importantly, there is also balancing import and substituting it with more of export.
Yeah.
And I think that is what the government has been focusing on so much, on seeing that we have our industries developed, our production rate has increased highly. We have over 100 factories right now running, and all of these are going to be exporting Ugandan products.
Yeah.
Yes, build Uganda, buy Uganda.
Yeah, buy Uganda,
So
build Uganda.
when it comes to that foundation, government is doing its part.
Yeah.
Now the question is, you who has the product to sell, what are you selling?
Yeah.
And that is where also President Museveni's message of value addition comes in.
Yeah.
Are you actually selling the best product that can compete
in the international
market?
Yeah.
Or you have not yet been equipped to that extent? Because definitely if you take a substandard product, it will be rejected.
Yeah, most definitely.
Automatically. And so I think a balance of those, as long as you tap into the opportunities that government has created, and see that you thrive through the environment, you are good to go.
Because right now, as you said, that this year we are going to be, taking out oil. Yeah. How can local businesses, yeah, benefit? Yeah, not like benefit, but the oil. How can local businesses benefit from it, or is the government going to just be exporting the raw oil?
We have a local content policy that is very intentional, and we are very stringent on it.
Okay.
It's particularly being implemented by the Petroleum Authority of Uganda, who is the monitoring body
Yeah.
to ensure that there is actual beneficiation of Ugandans from the oil. So in that local content policy, it's very intentional that Ugandan companies get some services. We have what we call an NSD that you get enrolled on by the Petroleum Authority of
NSD.
Uganda. And that particularly says these services, there are particular services that are only left for Ugandans.
Like which
Yes.
one?
Many of them, there are services to deal with hospitality. There are services to do with the requirements of particular mechanical parts that are needed, chemicals, that even if there is a big company like Total or Sinok, they would still have to do a joint venture with the Ugandan company
with the local businesses,
before they are approved. So that is where the local businesses get to tap into.
Okay.
And then there's also the Petroleum Fund that directly gets to benefit the local businesses. So in terms of local businesses benefiting, I think we are good to go. We just need to encourage more young people actually to come up with their companies and see that they get to bid and tap into the opportunities in the sector.
Yeah, I think what you've said goes back to what you said earlier, that the information is out there. People just need to go, study about it and find a way to fix themselves, because I strongly believe, minerals and oil. Okay, there's cash. There should be a lot of there should be a lot of cash in that sector.
It should be the country's cash cow in the next 5 to 10 years.
5 to 10 years, and those are very. In 5 to 10 years, we'll still be very young. Yeah, so yeah.
In most cases, when we talk about security, we're referring to like crime rates, police, UPDF. But what about job security? Do you think job security is national security?
It should be. For people who work in government, job security has never been a concern of theirs.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact, yes.
Outside of government, there is a lot to look into, especially when you're talking about entrepreneurship, the lifespan of enterprises, how many young businesses get to live beyond their second or third birthday.
Yeah.
And that's a venture that needs to be very, very, very strengthened. As a youth member of parliament, before I remember I was appointed minister, we had come up with a startup bill in parliament that was supposed to be tabled by the Northern Youth MP, Honorable Kotu Boniface.
Yes.
And then at that point, we handed it over to government because government picked interest. And that is exactly some of the issues that the bill was supposed to address.
Handle.
Yes. Talk about job security, talk about how to have startups enhanced and live longer than the many more numbers that are dying out every day. So certainly, when you talk about job security, it contributes to security in itself, because when people are jobless, then they get frustrated.
Yeah.
Then before you know it, the young people are easily convinced to go on the streets to demonstrate and all.
And do that, yeah.
And then also, I have always said this, that the frustrations of underemployment are actually much worse than unemployment. Because when you're unemployed, you always have hope. Tomorrow I could
get a job,
get
yeah.
this, I could tap into this.
Means
But
of
when you're
financial
underemployed,
yeah,
you're working so hard,
yeah,
but then you can barely make
makes
sense
yeah,
of your earnings.
yeah,
You find yourself not in a good place with anything to do with the policies around and government. So yes, we need to elevate that gap and see that before we speak of how many more unemployment employment opportunities we can create, how do we actually do away with underemployment?
unemployment, yeah.
Yes.
There's a follow-up question about that still. Do you think unemployment is one of the biggest security risks for the future? Is it such
Underemployment,
currently?
Personally, I would say not, because there is never going to be a situation where there is no unemployment
You're right,
worldwide.
yeah.
What I meant to ask is, currently the way, do you think the trend is it getting worse or is it getting better? Is it something Gen Z should be worried about so much?
Not
Such a big problem.
Not so, because eventually, you see, unemployment is solved gradually. You might be unemployed for 5 years, then tomorrow you're employed and you cover up for the 5 years in a short span.
Yeah.
So it shouldn't be a worry in one way or another, and that is where we have always preached the gospel of, can we please all not focus on formal jobs and see how best we can create as many
jobs
opportunities as possible, so that the ecosystem feeds all of us. So that if she is doing A, I'm doing B, you're doing C, at the end of the day, when we line up, the alphabet is complete.
Yeah.
And that is where most of the limitations have been, because the curriculum had always trained many of us to come out to seek for a formal job. The moment you don't have a white-collar job, it is frustration. But I feel like there is a lot of change lately.
Yeah, because personally, a white-collar job, like a government job, is it's good. It's good.
And then
so
with
many people are there and they're
culture
not very happy.
No, but also with the culture that the young people have lately, most of them actually don't want to do government jobs. They consider them boring.
Even
They
the ones
consider
that
them,
have them always have side hustles, which is a good thing though.
Yeah, you need to have
they
a side
consider
hustle.
them so tedious in terms of work, because there is paperwork, there is
there's a lot of paperwork
continuous
and
reading.
Also,
Yeah.
people don't
There's a
really
lot
want
of-
to do the 9 to 5 thing anymore. It's starting to feel outdated.
Yeah, but don't you think that already answers your question of, should there be a worry?
No.
So kati abana guys,
So she answered the
guys should go.
question
Yeah,
herself.
guys should go out there kuyiriba for real.
Yes.
Because one thing I can say about this whole thing is that government can really put up opportunities for people to go out and get employed.
Yeah.
But these opportunities cannot be for everyone.
They
So
can.
at
Because even us
Asobode,
who are formally employed, you'll
Yeah.
find me doing many businesses on the side.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, because it's also not a very good thing to be very comfortable in one thing. There's retirement, there's what. So after that, what are you going to do?
Yeah, also to live the kind of life you want, you
Yeah.
need like at least 7 sources of income.
Yeah, and what you've said is right, the kind of life I want. Some guys are just there chilling and they're okay, they don't really mind.
Exactly.
Yeah, but anyway. So how is the minerals and oil sector going to protect Uganda in the long term and not just now?
I think that is so evident.
Yeah.
You saw during the national budget of last year, the mineral sector was one of the 4 sectors that was earmarked to anchor Uganda into development.
Yes.
So it is the sector where we just need to invest and then draw the cash to fund our economy. So that is already a trajectory that we
are already looking forward and moving towards.
We are already moving towards it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. We talked about the qualitative leap forward. Yeah. So if you had to explain the qualitative leap forward in in easy terms, what would they be?
In a general summary, it would still go back. The qualitative leap forward, you notice in general summary, is a breakdown of the NRM principle of socio-economic transformation.
Yes.
Basically, that's it. So we want grassroots development. We want to see that as long as the livelihoods of the people at the grassroots are improved, then we just don't want a trickle-down effect, but we want a build-up situation of a nation developing. So when we talk about a qualitative leap, it is we have come from stabilizing the nation, to actually seeing that the economy transits through growth. And now that we are at that stage, now we need to take off,
and
which is the leap that we are doing.
So I hope that's something that can easily, explain everything. Aba in comment section.
Okay. Which one of the 7 points do you think Gen Z should care about the most, should focus on?
The 7 points is not an independent discussion of each. It is a chain. One feeds into the other. So I'm not very certain if I draw on one whether I am sending out the right message to a young person. Akwatecho, and they say it's this.
Yeah, honorable
yes,
said.
And I think President Museveni has always been very intentional about that. He will say, I have 7 issues, and he wants you to listen to them from the beginning to the end. So my idea would be, let us holistically get these 7, and see how you tap into each and every one of them, because one leads to another. These would want to say wealth, and then the rest.
Well, at least the rest are there. So like peace, there's peace.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
What's the one myth you think Gen Z have about the government?
Yeah, that you'd like to clear.
That government does not know what is going on.
But it knows.
It actually knows. It actually knows much more than you think it does. Yes. What I have gotten to understand most about the operations of government is that government might not necessarily prioritize what you want it to at that particular time. But it doesn't mean that they don't know about it.
So, they work on other things. Some people don't see, or should we say they don't appreciate?
Appreciation is dependent. You've seen that interview of President Museveni when they were challenging him on foreign aid, on food, and they were asking him whether he should appreciate it, and he said he's not Esau. He's not Esau in the Bible who sold his birthright. So maybe from a point of appreciation, it would be more of distinguish between your rights as a citizen, and of course your rights entirely determine what you are entitled to and entitlement.
This is about the East African Federation. How fast can Gen Zs track this dream, and what opportunities lie ahead for Gen Zs in relation to this?
Ugandan Gen Zs in particular start by learning Swahili.
Yeah, I believe that's very important. But the language is also not easy. But
really?
Yeah,
I feel like
is.
It's easy. It's very friendly. It's really not hard. But on a serious note, though, as we envision the East African Federation coming into actual play, as Gen Zs, as Zillennials, as Gen Alphas, we actually need to learn Swahili. Because if it's going to be a limitation into every opportunity out there, then why not start with the basics?
With the basics,
Yes, the basic is, let's take Swahili lessons seriously. You don't have to go to school. You can teach yourself.
Duolingo.
Yes, there's that app, Duolingo. It's a very good teacher. And most importantly, it's also time that we actually put in more force and action into the East African Youth Federation. It's time that the young people from the different countries come up with an entity. There's already youth leadership at the East African level, but I feel like it has not been as vibrant and known as it should be. So maybe it is time that Gen Z for General Museveni can stretch out to Gen Zs in other countries and come up with a consortium of the East African Federation. And actually start holding discussions on trade, on different policies, and see how best they can influence change, positive change for the future.
I believe you on Twitter. I've seen you on Twitter. And I want to ask that politics on X and politics in real life, which is harder?
Politics in real life.
Politics in real life.
Yes.
Tough.
Politics in real life is tough because, and this is my first-hand experience as a young politician, when you go to interface with people on the ground, the conceptualization of issues is so diverse that you might not actually get the time to be content and think as a leader that, yes, I have a message delivered.
Yeah.
Because whenever you reach out to a congregation and relay a message, when you try to follow up the aftermath and feedback, you are always so disappointed. And then I feel like on X, you will type it in words and whoever can comprehend it will get it right. And that's not the same with local politics.
Give me one opportunity that you think Gen Zs are sleeping on.
Innovation.
Yeah, innovation.
Yes, I feel like the speed for innovation is being dilly-dalled around. And Gen Zs, once you don't take up that, the next generation is coming. But save for a few that you can mention, which are also not credits to any Gen Z. How many innovative ideas can you worldwide by the Gen Zs?
So it's like 1 in a million.
Most of them are lifestyle.
Lifestyle innovations. Well, guys have
but
things,
if it's
but
lucrative,
some we've
if the
just not heard
lifestyle
about
innovation
them.
is lucrative, then I guess that's okay.
Yeah, but you see, we are not a generation that is just going to look at the lucrative bit of it. There is a contribution to make to the well-being of society, to the build-up of our nation, to making the world a better place, right?
Yes.
Still on that, what habit do Gen Zs need to drop to do better?
Quick money. Gen Zs, please drop the idea of wanting to get quick money. Do not be fooled that you can just wake up tomorrow and you are $1 million rich. There are no shortcuts. Chidil is okay. Deals can always eventualize when and as fast as possible. Like I've seen deals change people's lives, but by the time you get to that deal, that process, you can't skip it.
You have to grind and
you have to go through the furnace. You have to be panel beaten to be a refined product.
If you were not a politician, what would you do?
I would be an economist somewhere because that's where my passion had always been. Away from that, I don't know what I would be doing. I would probably be handling quite a number of businesses and maybe be a dancer. I love dancing.
Be a dancer, eh? Wow, I would want to see you thriving in that career as a dancer.
Imagine me on stage.
You can still dance.
You can still, you do your business, you do your dance moves.
I still love dancing up to now. I dance a lot with my friends. It's just that the cameras make it a little less comfortable now. You'll be like, okay. Can someone just have a moment in
Yeah,
peace?
yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Honorable, thank you very much for answering these questions. If
It's
anyone
a
has any,
pleasure.
yeah, if anyone has any other questions, you put them in the comment section, and we shall be able to answer them and things like that.
Yes.
However, we have a gift, a package for you.
Woo.
So these are t-shirts from us, the Gen Z for General Museveni.
Yay.
And if you could show them to our viewers, bazirabeko, balabe quality.
This is what Gen Zs should be about, quality.
Quality.
The feel is
Yeah,
great.
and it's all from Uganda, Ugandan made. So, together, yeah, Kabi.
Oh, thank you so much, guys. This
Yeah.
is actually so beautiful.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And I am so proud of a group of young people that is actually being intentional about impactful participation, about seeing that they drive conversations that actually matter in shaping the
Yeah.
politics of this country,
Yeah.
and seeing to it that the different policies, the different growth interventions that we need as a generation can actually have meaningful participation of the young people.
Yeah.
So thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, but as we close, we need to give a shout out to the First Lady. Thank you very much for supporting us, for supporting the mission. And
To Mama.
Mama, to Mama. Thank you very much. Yeah, and Yongiramu, we appreciate. Thank you very much.
Guys,
Yeah.
see my black.
To sit down.
Yay.